My name is Wan Muhammad Shafiani bin Hanafi from Group 22. We want to talk about hunger in a world of plenty, the Global Food Security Challenge. For introduction, world hunger and food security, even though global food production is sufficient, millions still face hunger due to unequal access, poverty, conflict, and climate change, and also food waste. This paradox shows that food security is not just about producing enough, but ensuring fair distribution, affordability, and resilience of food systems. Addressing this challenge requires cooperation, innovation, and inclusive policies worldwide. Why food insecurity persists despite adequate global production? The first case is unequal access and distribution. Food is produced in sufficient quantity globally, but distribution is uneven. Poor infrastructure in developing countries prevents food from reaching remote or rural areas. Second, poverty and economic inequality. Many households cannot afford food even when it is available in markets. That income inequality makes group income more vulnerable to hunger and malnutrition. The third one is climate change and extreme weather. Through floods and storms, reduce agriculture yield, and climate change also raises production costs and destabilize food supply chain. The fourth is conflict and political instability. Wars and civil unrest disrupts farming and food supply chains, and also population in conflict zone often rely heavily on humanitarian aid. The fifth cause is rapid population growth. Rising global population increase demand food, and also high demand drive up food prices, hurting low-income families. Point number 6 is food waste. A large share of food is lost or wasted during production, transport, and consumption. The FAO estimated that about 1/3 of all food produced globally are wasted. The last point is depends on import. Countries' reliance on import food are vulnerable to global price fluctuation and trade disruption. And also geopolitical crisis or trade restriction can quickly undermine food security.
Thank you, Shafiq, for highlighting the reason of global food security. I will proceed to discuss the next point about challenges of global food security. My first point is climate change. Climate change makes food insecurity worse by disrupting global food production system. Extreme weather events such as drought, flood, and unpredictable seasons reduce agricultural yield, leading to lower food supplies and higher food prices. Poor communities and low-income countries are the most affected because they have limited ability to adapt, which increase hunger and malnutrition. My second point is population growth. Global population growth is increasing pressure on food supplies, especially in low-income countries that still struggle with poverty and hunger. Population growth has led to increased demand for food, but food production capacity has not increased at the same rate exacerbating food shortage, rising price, and nutritional insecurity among the poor. That's all from me.
I am Vanusha, daughter of Kesavan. Here a global paradox. We produce enough food to feed everyone on the planet. Yet over 800 million people go to bed hungry every night. Why the problem isn't scarcity, it's about access and distribution. Firstly, poverty. Millions simply can't afford nutritious food. When prices spike due to conflict or market forces, healthy diets become luxury. Secondly, conflict. War is a primary driver of hunger. It destroys farmers, blocks supply routes, and displaces people, cutting them off from food resources entirely. Thirdly, massive waste. About one third of all food produce is lost or waste rotting in fields due to poor storage or thrown away in kitchens and stores. Finally, climate change. Extreme droughts and floods devastate harvest, especially for small farmers who depend on stable seasons. Their loss is our global food system fragility. Thank
Hi,
you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Batrisha binti Wan Osman. My matric number F25A 18775. Today, I want to discuss about inspire action the hunger in a world of plenty. Action 1. Educate and elevate. The primary driver of global hunger is poverty. Your choice is critical and identify a trusted charity or NGO that fight food insecurity locally and internationally. Thus, commit to contribute consistently with your money, your time, or your specific professional skill. Your support provide essential skill training, agriculture, technology, and emergency aids, helping those in need achieve self-reliance. You are breaking the cycle of hunger. Action 2. Support the hand that feed. We need resilient food system. Seek out and support local food business that practice sustainable and ethical farming. The means visiting your farmer market and choosing retailer who guarantee fair payment to the produce. The impact is by supporting fair and local food system. You can create shorter, more resilient supply chains. You actively reduce or dependent on vulnerable global distribution system, ensuring a more stable food future for your community and beyond.
In conclusion, global hunger still is despite adequate food supplies due to distribution problem, poverty, conflict, and climate change. This solution again requires international cooperation, effective government policies, sustainable agriculture technologies, and public awareness to ensure continued food security and global well-being. That's all from us.